Alright, I want to show you guys the MK2 that I brought back from life that had the black paint on the top of it. So as you can see, I stripped the black paint off both sides of the top, and it's absolutely perfect on both sides. There's no fading, no dings, no dents, nothing. It's absolutely pristine all through all the white and red and orange colors. The rest of the side art looks just as good. There's a tiny little piece of wood missing right here that I'm not going to fill in just because this cabinet's already sold, and I don't want to fill it in if the guy doesn't like the way it looks. Put new coin door locks on there, new coin door light bulbs. Stripped the front panel. Looks fantastic as well. All new buttons, joysticks. Found the original control panel underneath. Put new Lexan and security screws on it. As you can see, the screen looks fantastic. Everything's nice and bright and crisp and clear. Let's get that manual out of there. Put a real marquee on there. I'm going to give the buyer the instruction manual as well. The other side over here by the garage, by my door here, this is the only area that's a little bit faded is the way, but the rest of the cabinet looks fantastic. Here's the other top over here. As you can see, just as good, if not as good as new, after I stripped it all through here. And that's about it. I'll go around the back and show you what the back looks like. It's kind of dark back here, but I cleaned it all up. The chassis had a problem with this little connector here, but I figured out what was wrong. One of these wires, when you're plugging it, was coming out. So I just put a new fitting on there, and it stays in nice and tight. There's a chassis. It's the MK2 Challenger version with the daughter board right here, and then the sound cards down here. Power supply's all cleaned up, everything's working. Isolation transformer's all clean. You can see the coin door bulbs are all working. Serial number matches up with the one inside. And I got it on free play for him. I also found the original instruction decal underneath that Tekken one. That's in nice shape too. Everything's wired up properly, but I just wanted to show you guys how nice it turned out. It looks as good as any MK2 I've ever seen. So the guy who's buying it, you're going to enjoy it. And now this one here, I'll shut this off because it's kind of loud. This one here was the one that had the 0 point in it, the shooting game, which is kind of fun. And I think I'm just going to keep this cabinet as an empty shooting cabinet because I like to actually play the shooting games, but you have to have a cabinet to put them in because you can't really play them on a JAMA test station because you have to have some things put into the game so you can aim the guns. So I might just keep this one. As you can see, I tried to strip that decal off the front, and what happened was, I guess over time, it just adhered too well to the front of the cabinet, and it started to tear off the actual Mortal Kombat 2 original decal. So I decided, screw it, I'm just going to keep this cabinet. And what else I found underneath was the control panel is actually a Killer Instinct control panel that's on here. As you can see, is evident from the 6 buttons on each one. So I'm not sure why they put a Killer Instinct control panel on here, but they did drill this button here and this button here. Those are extras. You can see the wood through there. It's not painted black as the original one. So I guess it's kind of cool. I mean, you can never have enough Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat stuff. Also, the marquee light did not work, so I took that out. I'm trying to decide if I want to buy an authentic MK2 one that came in the cabinet from the factory, or if I want to just go to Lowe's and put one in there. Either way I can do it, so it's not a big deal. But we've all seen the side art. This one's almost as good as that one. That one's just a tad bit more orange in some of the letters, and this one had a little bit of fading on this side here, just a tad bit. You can kind of see it right in there. It's just kind of faded just a tad, but overall the cabinet's in very nice shape. The side of the control panel is in nice shape. There's no major damage. I put new coin door locks on this. Why? Just because I had some extra ones. But I got some work to do on this if I'm going to convert it into something. But like I said, I'm just going to keep it empty for now as a shooting cabinet and buy some PCBs to enjoy the shooting games. Both guns work, which is nice. And we'll just go from there. Next to that, I have the Gauntlet Dark Legacy game, which all plays great and has no problems except for the monitor. Actually, you can see some scratching on the glass right here. I might have to get a new piece of glass. I'll get out of the way so you can see it, but you can kind of see somebody kind of went like that with like a knife or something. But the monitor looks great on this, but what happens is when I'm playing the game or turning it on, the whole screen looks like it's just kind of waving like this across the screen. I'm not sure what that is. I unplugged the degaussing cable in the back because I heard that might do it. But that didn't do anything. The game boots up fine, plays great, it actually looks nice and bright, but like I said, the monitor, when you're playing it or when you have it on, just kind of looks like it's wavy like this across the whole screen. So I'm not sure if anybody has had that issue before. Could be a new power supply. The one that's in there looks like it's a little bit older and kind of on its last leg, but they're quite expensive. They're like $70, $75 shipped to the house just for a new power supply. So I got to make sure that that's it before I drop $75 on something and then have an extra one for nothing. So that's it as far as what's in the garage. And I still have the Terminator 2. That's a fun game to play, and the Killer Instinct 1, the Gauntlet Dark Legacy. Then I got this MK2 that's got shooting games in it, which I'm going to keep. And then this one is pending payment, and we'll be done and out the door. So that's what we got in the garage right now. See you guys next time.